Hello, guys and gals, and this is Vlog Friday or Vlog Friday episode. No, that's the wrong thing. I need my black book. Where's my black book? Here's my black book. Let's see what it says. Let's see. 54. Kind of what I thought. 54. So, let's go. Anyways, as always, we have 7, I believe, points that we go over. But before we get into that, we will talk about something completely different. Let's see. This time we're going to talk a little bit about patience, and patience is really difficult. If you're recovering from a sickness, then that can take a lot of time. And some sicknesses take longer to recover from than others, and some take an entire lifetime. So, in cases like that, patience is always important. One way to actually increase patience is to basically focus on improvement. Like if you're steadily getting better every day, then that's a positive. So it's worth focusing on. And there may be days where there isn't any improvement at all, but that isn't necessarily the end of the world. Anyways, patience, it can also sometimes be elusive. It depends on our attitude, mainly. It can be very difficult to see the positive side of life when you're really not feeling very good. Patience can also be waiting for things, or looking forward to something. It can be difficult to be patient, to have patience if you're looking forward to going on a trip or something like that. So, there's that. Now, there are times when things don't go quite our way, or maybe it takes a little bit longer for a sickness to get better. And it's easy to fall into depression for lots of reasons more than just that. I mean, society's basically that way. And it's really also easy to focus on negative things. One important thing to do is to not give up. And that's really, really difficult too. Because depending on what you're waiting for, or if it is a sickness and it's, it can be really, really tough. But just hang in there, and everything tends to work towards the best. And it's hard to say that sometimes. I realize that. But I'll leave this here for now. But anyways, we are going to go on to if you are suffering from depression or, just the gloomies in general, one thing you can do is to do something you enjoy at least once a day. Make sure it's something legal. And also make sure it's something that's within your dietary wheelhouse. Always follow your own safety recommendations, or because basically some situations, some sicknesses, make it so you can't eat certain things. So you want to make sure and respect that, because you don't want to make yourself worse. You could watch your favorite movie or play your favorite game, or it doesn't need to be food actually to make you feel better. It is a fairly common thing to turn to, though, and it's always good to do so in moderation. Number 2 is there's always someone who cares, and it could be someone in the support industry, because there are lots of compassionate people in the support industry. It can be in other industries too, and it depends largely on worldview. But there's also lots of people you can turn to. And there's always lots of people where caring is their profession. And like I said before, it's the support industry. And to a certain extent, the clergy. And let's see. And friends and family, of course. It can be really easy to take those for granted, actually. So, anyways, so, um, yeah, there's always someone who cares. Friends and family, good friends, um, and people in the various industries. Um, so there's always that. So you should never really lose hope. And I'm sure there's also hotlines you can call too if you are feeling, well, there's lots of different hotlines out there that you could probably call that would help out as well. Okay, number 3 is if you are suffering from an affliction, there's no shame in seeking help, and this is really, really important. I feel there's less of a stigma these days attached to mental illness. I'm not saying that it's a stigma that's completely gone, but it's a stigma that is less than it was because people are realizing that mental illness is not really within someone's control. So it's kind of redundant to not like someone just because they something's wrong and they can't help. You can't really you can, but you shouldn't really hate someone who who can't walk because they can't walk. I mean, because they're not physically able. And mental health is also kind of like that. We all have different things that we can't really help, different traits or things. I guess I'll call them. I can't think of a better word for it than things. And for the most part, we develop habits, and sometimes we just can't exactly control some of those things. But yeah. Also, I do realize that there are some mental health things that you do actually have to have medication for, but there are some that you don't. One of which is depression, but I do know there are people out there that can control their depression without medication, and that is really, really cool. I also realize that there are people out there who can't. So that is that. Okay. Anyways, and there's no shame in seeking help, just so that the help is, over the counter, I would say, or prescribed, doctor prescribed. You want to make sure that it's legal medication. Number 4 is no matter how bad things get, there's always hope, and it is really sometimes difficult to say that. Things can seem pretty bad, but anyways, you should always hold on to your hope. And like I say, it isn't always easy to do that because it can actually be downright difficult. So it takes a conscious effort to hold on to hope. It isn't something that happens. It isn't something that happens naturally. If anything, society, life, it's life in general, it can seem to want us to despair. But anyways, so you should really do the opposite and hold on to your hope and try to see the silver lining in things. We'll get more into that later. Number 5 is social labels and tags are pointless. And this is something that's really interesting, or something that's really important too. Society itself does have lots of different tags. And for people, for nationalities, for religion, for different religious types, for different sexual orientations, for we basically have tags and labels for everybody and for everything, every situation, and basically every combination. Sometimes these can be detrimental. Sometimes these can be bad, and it can basically force us or maybe lull us into a false sense of just labeling or tagging everything is like going crazy with one of those label maker guns, I think is what they are. Like they have at the grocery stores or gas stations where they just, it has a little wheel on it and you can make like little labels. I think that's called a label maker, but I'm not sure. And sometimes it just seems easier to just do that with people. Just not literally label them, but figuratively label them, either based on skin color, sexual orientation, religion, stuff like that. And we can assume that well, they're so and so this, their skin is so this color, so maybe they're like this. But the thing that we don't realize is that people are people no matter what. And that's something that we always need to realize, is that no matter what color someone's skin is, no matter what someone's sexual orientation is, no matter what somebody believes in, people are people. And everyone has unique worldviews and a unique view of the world. And those are two different things. Um, it's like the saying, the whole world view versus view of the world is the old saying, to one person, no, wait a minute, to the world you might be one person, but to one person you might be the world. It's basically taking a thought and flipping it on its head. Um, Tags and labels are basically putting someone into a box, not literally, but not physically or not literally, but putting someone into a box that they don't really fit in, and which is really unfair when we pass judgments and so forth, when we don't really know someone. Because deep down, people are people, and it can be sometimes easy to forget that. Number 6 is be yourself. There will never be another you. And this always plays to originality, to individuality, rather. And basically how important individuality is. It can be really easy just to fall in line with everyone else. But it's good. It's always good to have your own thoughts and your own unique perspectives. Individuality is also really, really important because it's really difficult to be somebody else or to be somebody you're not. And it can take a toll if that's what you do. And you'll find that if you are yourself, then you'll have more friends and better friends because you are yourself and not trying to be someone else. Number 7 is always think positive thoughts, and this we have to take with a grain of salt. Be cautious with this one. We're not talking about the sarcastic, well, I'm positive it's going to be a bad day. No, what we have here is we need to try and see the positivity in all situations. It's different than hope because hope is kind of like, the overreaching, well, it's going to be all right even when things are tough. I see a light at the end of the tunnel. This is more of a daily thing, more of a situational thing, kind of. Situational daily thing. Trying to visually figure out and examine every situation, trying to find out, well, these are some good points that happened today. These are some bad points. Let's focus on the good points. It doesn't necessarily mean that we smile all the time or just let bad things happen. It's just kind of an insightful look into situations, trying to find positive things to focus on, and sometimes that really isn't easy. But yeah, that is, and that's a challenge, a big challenge. Anyway, I believe that's going to do it for this video. It has been about 15 minutes, and this needs to go live in probably less than an hour. Well, about an hour. So I'll need to upload this, and so yeah. If you like this content, make sure you like and subscribe, ring the bell so you know when I upload. Also, want to support me in any way, if you want to join that Discord server, all information will be in the description below. And as always, thanks for watching, everyone, and have a great day.